Doop a doop a doop a doop.
Ready to do. Bum 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 bum.
Testy 1 2 1 2.
Bum 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 bum.
I need to turn Ben down on my end.
Can anybody hear me?
We're officially a go.
How do people sound? I know I could be a bit loud, that's why I'm moving my mic.
I'm a little loud on yours.
I'm gonna turn you down on my end
then.
too.
So we're gonna pick it up right here. We're just gonna kind of restart here. Thank you all for joining us here at Heart of the Game over on twitch.tv or on YouTube if you discover this stream at a later date because you stopped at the shop and you talked to me and you're like, oh man, that's that Ben guy who plays D&D on the internet.
Hey Ben, when can I pre-order Battletoads?
We're not going to talk about Battletoads.
No, that was episode 20. We're on to episode 21.
We're on episode 21.
Now we're talking about the drunkard Battletoads.
21 sessions of D&D goodness. Who let Dylan Westfall in chat? I thought the mod team was supposed to ban him. Anyway, before I get too
I'm not on the mod
sidetracked
team.
and everything else, thank you all for coming to check us out.
There you go, just for you, Ben.
I have someone on my team, so I'm happy.
And a quick recap of last week. So last week, our players had captured Sir Garrett Krieg. They destroyed some of these schemas. They proceeded to return to the boat. Got the rest of their payment from Lady Eladrin. You guys are horrible.
I have the power!
I don't know how I feel about chat anymore.
I'm not even a mod, so...
I need to fix that once I figure out how. But,
Oh, Jesus. So good.
yes. Navari and her daughter Cassandra had a sword fight amongst the boat. We talked about Davy Crockett and the River Pirates, which if you have Disney Plus, they don't sponsor me or anything, but it's definitely like you should check out that old movie. It's pretty cool. I'm a big fan. Anyway, so today with our players,
It's on Disney Plus.
With our players back at Stormreach, with their captive Sir Garrett Krieg, they have planned on interrogating him is what I believe. So that's where we're going to pick up, is in the safe house once again. Lady Eladrin, who is a little angry with you guys.
What
a little
else?
short, maybe.
She should have been more specific.
You're not wrong.
That's...
Oh, and our music, as always, is provided through a paid subscription service through the amazing Sirenscape, which is such a cool tool for D&D. Sound effects, music. You can use it at the table. You can use it online. I'm absolutely a huge fan.
I think we've been forgetting to say that.
I have a couple times, but nobody's yelled at me, and I pay for it, so it's okay. I'm not letting anybody down.
I don't know, I feel pretty let down.
We've mentioned it the last...
I don't think we mentioned it last game. Did we?
But the interrogation. So there was something about putting a zone of truth on Sir Garrick, and something about detecting his thoughts was what I understood to be the plan. So this is your opportunity before you have to turn him over to a more, I guess, organized or an actual authorities. Because right now you guys are kind of the famous Bass Reeves. You guys are essentially marshals, bounty hunters. You've collected you've collected your quarry. You've captured him alive, and from what I understand, you guys might want to know a little bit more what he was up to, and this is your opportunity to do so.
If I've had a chance to rest
You have. You guys have all had a chance to
on
rest.
the ship, then I'm gonna make sure to pick certain spells.
Okay.
The spells in which they would be useful.
Well, I don't need that one anymore because we're not in the jungle.
I'm glad I got free antitoxin from Lady Eladrin that we haven't used.
It's all right.
That's now mine. She asked for him back.
Okay, that doesn't help me. Take that one. And that one, and I'll get rid of Divine Favor. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
In case.
Okay. I am ready.
All right.
I'm glad I don't have spells to go through.
Yeah, no, tell me about it. And as a paladin, I have literally every spell I've unlocked.
I mean,
I have all the spells for every level I've gotten to.
I do that in a different life.
Yeah, as a druid, I'm sure.
Yeah, at a level 12 druid.
Ugh. I'm not looking for it. Thank God it stops at level 5. and the list is not as big. So if we're standing before Krieg, who's all in the room with us?
Who did you guys want to have in the room with you?
Well, I kind of want Cassandra in there.
Okay.
Because she needs to hear what he has to say.
Okay.
You know,
and it also helps maybe set her straight on how to read people a little better in the future, or to look for more fault and not just assume people are trustworthy.
Well, what I wish was invented. A two-way mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have this awesome spell called Minor Illusion. No. And I could make it look
Return
like
and Real Detective.
I could just turn it into a wall. Like a wood wall with stuff on it in a 5 foot by 5 foot space that you could see through.
I would be more for Cassandra.
Well, this hidden room, does it have any hidden compartments in it? Is it like the Serenity and just has its own little hidden compartments all over the place?
No.
Oh.
So this is like a very nondescript apartment, essentially.
Okay. And so it just has like an undisclosed floor basement, like a basement room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Floor basement.
Well, Navari, I know there's not a whole lot that either of us really wanted to know.
Ask him about the Lord of Light.
What I want to do, we can absolutely do that. First things first. Is everybody in the room?
Yes.
Like how big is the space?
Probably 30 by 40.
Okay. I am going to cast. I'm going to stand next to Krieg and I go, anyone who wishes to be only able to tell the truth, step into my circle, basically around me. And I will make it, if you choose, to fail automatically the ability to tell the truth, and only the truth, should you be asked a question.
Also, I think we should plan ahead, Randall, because detect thoughts only lasts a minute.
Sorry, you're cutting out for me, lass. What?
I think we should plan what we want to ask, because detect thoughts only lasts a minute.
Alright. Well, First, I tell you to turn up your gain a bit.
How do I do that?
On the back of your mic, there should be a gain control.
We went through this like last time.
Then never mind.
I can get the mic closer to my face, but that'll make me louder on stream.
You can always slide the bar down. Anyway, I will cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, he gets a saving throw, right?
Correct. And the saving throw is Charisma. And they can choose to fail it, and I let him know, I'm like, I'm standing next to it, and I'm making sure I'm a part of it.
I'm not.
That's okay.
DC is 13.
Okay.
And I do know if they fail or succeed.
Oh, he failed.
Oh.
Creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature can't be evasive, or can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth. All right.
So they can withhold information, they just can't create false information.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. And they can also say things as long as it's true. So they can answer your question in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
That may not give you any information.
Yeah.
Depending on how clever you are.
Oh!
No, that's just a fact.
Cool.
So, after I enact that, which lasts for 10 minutes, and I do not have to concentrate on it. I look to Krieg and I go, I want the truth. And as I say it, I command him to tell the truth. And he has to make another saving throw. And this one is... Okay, so on this one word command, so mine is truth. To a creature you can see within range, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, which he's probably really good at. Same DC, or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, or if it doesn't understand your language, or if the command is directly harmful to it. Some typical commands, blah, blah, blah. And then it says your DM determines how the target behaves. Okay, so I use command.
Okay.
And then I go, now, Les, why are you here?
He looks at you like,
Look,
because
friend.
you literally brought me here.
Oh, no. You're here. We followed you. What was your goal?
Our goal was to find the missing pieces of the schema so that our partners and allies could hopefully study them so we could manufacture Warforged.
And what does the big one have to do with the Lord of Blades?
We did not know about the big one until we got there.
So the schemas didn't suggest anything about that one. I mean, this can go easy, or it can go really, really easy for me. And while pain sometimes muddles... Oh, we're gonna talk now, I see. Also, if you're talking about Lord of Blades, I assume that Navari would enact her telepathy.
Yeah, I could do that. Telepathy, detect thoughts.
Well, that's what I was saying when I said now, lass.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, detect thoughts.
I thought we were in sync, Krieg, but apparently we got some more work to do.
I mean, you literally told me I need therapy, so...
Your whole family needs therapy, lass. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm using detect thoughts when he's thinking about them.
like I said, can go easy or it can go, really easy for me because, quite frankly, the temple. I don't know if you know a whole lot about the Silver Flames Templar Knight, but we get information when we want information.
But we know that you claim to be good,
Oh,
holier than
no,
thou.
no,
You
no,
are
no,
no
no,
less evil than any of my agents.
no, no. Don't misunderstand, friend. I know that there's a special place in hell for what I've done, and for the things that my brethren have done. And quite frankly, like you, I'm sure, following orders from someone, correct?
Perhaps.
Who is he thinking about
I
right
was gonna
there?
say I'm using to take
Yeah.
pots.
At that
'Cause I'm-
moment, he thinks about another member of the Emerald Claw organization. But he is careful not to think of a name.
Right.
Just another armored
Individual.
figure.
Similarly, does it look similar? Like just straight faceplate and everything like he did before we lifted his faceplate?
Yeah.
Okay. So probably similar procedure.
Someone whose armor has more bone motifs on the outside.
Well,
Perhaps, but
like most of our kind, I guess you could say, we have our reasons for being, as I'm sure you believe you do. Yes,
How big's this Zone of Truth thing again?
it was only 15 foot, and it's
Okay.
gone once I cast it.
Alright, I just
Basically,
had to
Zone
be
of Truth.
30 feet, so I didn't know if I was in it or not, so...
Yeah. Oh no, you would be
it's
fine.
like a flash, like boom, and then if you're in it, you get hit, and if
Okay.
not,
Once you've been acted, like once it's hit you, you basically can't tell the lies for 10 minutes.
Okay. I just didn't know if I had to be in it or not.
Nope, you're
Okay.
good. That's why I said if you want to. Well, Krieg. Obviously, your organization runs deep. It seems like it might be even. While it's not openly endorsed by Karnath, it seems like it's secretly endorsed by Karnath. Would that be true?
it is not. We do not see eye to eye with our King Caius III and his peaceful ways.
Why is that? What's so wrong with peace? Is there not enough bloodshed in the world without us going to at each other's throats all the time?
It is a fragile peace that he cannot withstand, or cannot hold together. None of the nations can hold it together! They need to stop looking to outside faiths for guidance. Look inward.
How is the silver flame an outside faith?
Have some kind of god you follow. Directs you all what to do. Some voice in the flame.
No, there is one that supposedly interprets that, though I believe that the church, like many holy organizations, is corrupted by its own power. Which is on the docket, to be fair, friend. It's on the docket. My problem is that you came here with Warforged, telling lies and swindling people of hard-earned coin or hard-earned reputation, telling them that your path was that of peace and that of righteousness. I don't even think you really know what righteousness is. Self-righteous, maybe. Why? Give me that.
Quite simple. People in this land cannot be trusted. This fragile peace will soon fall apart and war break out, and I simply want my people to be ready this time and not be steamrolled, slaughtered like so many before by looking inward to those who exist on this plane, to those who have their own power. Lost so many as I have, you take drastic steps to
Oh,
prove
friend.
yourself.
I've lived a long time. Longer than probably even you, in your whatever body that is. I can't even imagine the pain you endured to allow that to happen to you. But I've lost more than my share, and I know that pain. I chose a I chose a stronger path, a truer path, I felt. One that helped but did not hurt. I hurt only those that tried to hurt me or mine, as I'm sure to some extent is what you and your people do.
It is
But
exactly what we do.
but to be fair, we showed up with Cassandra. With Cassandra expecting us to plead our case. We obviously just expected nothing short of what happened. But we didn't wield our weapons at first. You were always the one to attack first. You were always the one to raise a hand to try and crush that which you do not believe righteous or true.
Simply preventing your interference in my quest.
For power. Correct?
Not for me.
No, of course not. It's probably for the Emerald Enclave. Or better yet, the Lord of Blades, whoever that is. A
His
myth, a
allies
legend.
were simply assistants in our shared vision.
Did
of
you
a
really
peaceful
believe?
Galifar.
Did you really believe that that would happen?
I did. I've never
No.
even met this Lord of Blades they all speak of.
No one has. No one except for the Warforged, apparently. The one that's creating all these new Warforged that we've seen recently.
And not new. They just found faith, as you call it.
Hmm. Well, be that as it may, faith is an interesting thing. Faith gives men and mankind as a whole strength that it did not know. It gives it hope in the darkness. But it seems like you only wish to cause more pain. You say you wish to protect your people with power, that this peace cannot last. But rather than try and destroy the peace that we have, why not try to uphold it? Ensure its survival? Why?
You do not know the meddlings of these kings and queens,
Oh, but I
bandit
do.
lords,
Oh,
clergy,
I do. Oh, trust me.
all scheming, all unhappy with the way the borders were drawn up, with the way
Everyone's
that territories were lost and lives were lost. I simply, those who work with us, want to unite this kingdom again as it was in the days of old, under one banner. No more of this petty infighting.
But you be
You just cut out. You gotta speak up.
wouldn't the fighting just defeat the purpose of getting there?
If we could show them true power, they will just fall in line with very little fighting. Only the rabble rousers, troublemakers, those who are going to start this war again, will resist.
You have to, somewhere deep in your heart, believe that's not necessarily true. There'll always be people that rise up against the greater power.
Tyranny always gets destroyed by the things they try to oppress, whether they manage to either kill them, which defeats the point of their tyranny, or they create the very things that destroy them and their base of power. I am a perfect example.
Generations, this land, this kingdom of Galifar, was fine, united under one banner. And then his children fought for control, not honoring the lines of secession, erupting all the land into chaos. We simply want to restore what was once tradition.
It is a human trait.
People will always want more power when they're given power. They'll always be fighting for more.
Well said, lass. Power corrupts, absolutely and unequivocally. It always has, and it always will. To grant power to your Galifar, as you call it, is only to incite more pain and more corruption and infighting for those have-nots. For those that have the power will always, always lord it over those that have not. And the have-nots will always rise up against those with power. It is the eternal struggle of our lives. And it is a measure of our ability to find peace and happiness in that time. To try and eke out an existence that's worth living. And unfortunately for you, friend, it seems that was not the manner in which you chose to do what you've done. You chose a more bloody path, a more wretched path by most standards. And unfortunately, while I do see a glint, just the faintest glimmer of a hope that you might turn a new leaf, it is shrouded in your dark desires, and I don't feel like you'll ever come back from where you've gone. But in the hopes that you maybe will, we've spared your life, and the lives of, well, a handful of the men that we didn't even slay on the way in, obviously. You meant to stop us with bloodshed and violence, as you did the Dark Elves that you killed on your way in, that were merely protecting that place, that sacred ground.
We're living there.
So, I leave your judgment and your fate to the hands of the law in this city, to do with as they see fit. May whatever faith you follow have mercy on your God-forsaken soul. And I turn and walk away, and I stomp out of the building and go out into the city proper.
Okay.
So I don't know how long that would have taken. Obviously some time, but I leave the rest, whatever might surmount left, for Navari.
Wow.
If she had any questions, or if Cassandra wanted to ask him anything.
So you got anything, Navari?
No, I think Randall covered it.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm not leaving though until Cassandra leaves.
Okay. Yeah, she also steps out. Kind of a lot to take in for someone
Just
who is not as world weary or as experienced.
If she comes out of the, so I don't know if this is like an actual building that just has a basement that's hidden.
Yeah, it's basically what it is.
So I walked out of the building, and I am out in front of the front door, off to the left of it, and I signal if there are guards that are here to collect him, that they can go in.
Okay.
And just wait for the lasses to finish, and then I plop down in the dirt, and I pull out a small skinning knife I have, and I'm just like drawing in the dirt, absent-mindedly.
Yeah, and I won't leave until the guards come and take him and leave.
So yeah, there's a couple. There's a small troop of house representatives from House Deneth, which carry the mark of.
We had that before.
Yeah.
The mark of the Sentinel.
No. Something that starts with an
Because
S.
the dwarves one is the mark of warding.
And they just silently walk inside. They have like pretty heavy manacles. Each one of them looks seasoned. These guys were definitely people that have seen some stuff. They've been in battle. These guys are in a sense they're veterans like you guys, who this is what they do now. The war is over. They collect bounties.
What was
As
the
marshals,
name?
they act as bodyguards. They
What was the name of the house that has the mark of the sentinel?
House Deneth or Deneth.
Cool. Just marking information because I've been
Yeah.
slacking on me notes.
Damn,
That's okay.
You should. I was writing notes that whole time.
Which I figured since you were being so quiet.
You were doing great. I didn't want to interrupt. I had no important questions.
But
Most of that was like not even about questions. It was more of just understanding what drove him to do what he did. And now that I have a slight understanding, I also have a level of understanding of what this organization's goal is as a whole. And what the fact that there's a higher structure in place. If Cassandra makes her way out near where Randall is, he'll, while still doodling, he will absent-mindedly hand up his flask to her to take a swig. And I know she's young.
Don't stop her, any.
Nope. Then he says, under his breath, "Well, he grew and matured a little this day, lass." And he just waits for her to finish and then takes the flask back, sticks it back into his pouch. Let me see how good my doodle is.
Roll for doodle.
Curious. I am. I'm gonna roll a performance check to see how good my doodling is.
I want to see this doodle.
Oh, it's probably crap. Oh, it's the best doodle Randall's ever done. It's a 21.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I walk out. I'm like, Randall, it's a really good doodle.
Yeah, looks like a dinosaur.
Oh my god.
And there's like a picture, like he's absently-mindedly drawing this, but it's like what Navari may not know is that there's actually plans that he has in the future that he's doodling, and it's like a tiny dinosaur walking side by side with Navari and her. And I just started finishing Casper as she walked out.
Hey, that's really well done, Randall.
Hey. Oh, what? Oh, hey. That came out better than I expected.
You should really, like, doodle on paper and save it, like, sell it or something.
Oh, I'm not that good, lass.
I don't know.
Not
it's
at
pretty
all.
good for, like, a dirt drawing.
Well, I mean, you should see what normally comes out when I doodle.
So yeah. So you guys have basically one night still here in Stormreach before your paperwork is going to have you depart the next day to start heading back to the mainland, where you'll get off in Sharn. And then from what I understood after talking to you guys, you wanted to head back to, in a sense, Randall's home.
We're in Randall's home?
Thrane.
I don't think so right away. I think Randall's home was going to be a subsidiary, probably getting Navari's family established.
Okay.
And then making our way there, I would imagine, because
Yeah,
Okay.
here's the
Randall's
thing.
not going to push for that, but he is going to do something when they get back to a city that's a little bit closer to the home hub of Thrane.
Here's the thing. My house was destroyed by
Yeah. So then, like,
Warforged.
she doesn't have a house.
I don't know if
Well,
Casper bought a new one, but assuming probably not.
How
No,
has he
because
been?
he was on the road
Yeah.
looking for you.
And your daughter.
Yep.
Yeah. So
You guys got all scattered in different directions, trying to find each other.
we need a designated meeting point next time.
Randall's mom's house.
Yeah, so we don't have
If
a
you lose
home.
your way, head here.
So we don't
I guess
have
if that's I guess if that's the case, we can head to you guys can meet me mom
Yeah.
and get maybe a fresh home cooked meal like you probably haven't had in a while. And
Been
then
like
watch me
5
mom gush over me because it's been probably a good few years since she's seen me.
Understandable.
Well,
Look at like gush over me.
Let's just put it like this. She looked after me for 20 plus years when I wasn't all right in the head. And then I kind of left and I haven't been back in probably something like 10 years.
Yep.
I felt a calling that required me to leave.
Did you at least write her?
That in hindsight, probably a good idea.
Yeah, you need to keep in touch. She was probably worried sick about you.
Well, to be fair, I didn't write, but I did send money occasionally. Not much. I never really made a whole lot doing what I did, but I didn't have much use for it. As long as I had some food in my belly and a little ale in my stomach and a roof over my head, I was good. And most of the people that I helped were more than happy to feed me and give me a bed.
Ben, how much is a house?
That depends on where you want to live. Because as in, in a fantasy world, like, if you want to go live in a swamp, like in the Eldeen Reaches, or if you want to go to a more frontier kind of place, such as you guys want to go to Salvation, or do you want to go to Kubara?
Small town in Thrane.
Small town
Not near the border, because I have poor experiences.
Possibly some kind of good field, good crop area.
What Randall says.
Could make some good grapes there. Make some good wine.
Oh, are we starting a winery?
I mean, a vineyard.
Vineyard, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm going to make the statesman in Thrane. If you don't know what that is, that's a shame because the Kingsman movies were amazing.
I just want a new house.
Okay.
In Thrane, away from the border.
Sounds good.
Am I allowed back in Thrane?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, you were more or less associated with me in the church for a good chunk of missions.
I know,
but I think you're all right.
We were in Thrane.
For some of it we were.
I know, but
yeah, a little bit you were, yeah. No, you didn't, nothing so heinous ever happened with you that you're excommunicated or anything. So yeah, we're going to have a little travel montage then.
Yo.
So
oh no, the camera it took back. Oh, there we go. Oh, here.
Okay, so here's the map. So you guys are going to come from here, which is...
We're coming from a logo. Got it.
And you're going to end up... it's Gillespie.
If we end up in a city, I'm more than happy to get a cart.
Okay.
procure a cart, and then I will summon my steed to pull the cart. Dorito has not had enough airtime.
Dorito.
So there is Sharn, where you guys will be, and then you are going to go take the lightning rail over to here, and then it's gonna go up and get you guys kind of to the middle of the nation pretty well, to a little place called Morningcrest. And along the way, on the lightning rail, you know, have run-ins with other passengers, things like that. Why did that just
Randall.
Oh, Ben, your camera froze.
If you close out your camera and reopen it, it should fix it.
Okay,
Oh, now I'm. Oh,
there we go.
I was in the DM spot for a moment.
So,
While we're on the lightning rail, Randall would be giving Navari plenty of space
okay.
with her family and
Yeah.
spending way too much time in the bar cart.
Aww.
Okay.
He'd be pulling out some bone dice and some cards.
Yeah.
And gambling, probably, which he hasn't
Okay.
really done a lot of.
Yeah.
During the
Oh, and you're
journeys,
not
'cause-
inciting me off cuff.
Nope,
as
you've got
set of
family time.
weird-
Nope, family time. Now, if you
I
sneak
know.
away, if you sneak away at one point, like you'd be more than happy to join. But Randall knows you, and he's not gonna be playing cards with you at
Aw.
anything. He might play some dice, but he won't be playing cards. That's for sure.
No, I
He knows
totally.
better.
I totally don't have a set of weighted dice in my inventory.
Yeah, there's a reason we wouldn't be using your dice.
We would if I sleight of handed yours away.
Well, it's a good thing I marked mine with the holy silver flame. I'm gonna notice.
Why don't you want me to have fun?
Oh, you're welcome to have fun.
I don't know. I have a set of weighted dice just sitting in my inventory.
So do you also want to gamble, Navari?
I'm hanging out with the family.
Okay.
You sound so disappointed.
I need to save up
You
for...
sound like me when I have to go to family functions.
I need to save up money.
Well, no, that's Randall's not spending a lot. Like, it's copper and silvers is what he's gambling. He's not gambling gold.
Can I
Yeah,
spend...
just small change.
Can I spend time with family then one night sneak out?
Sure.
I mean, I fully expected you to sneak out at some point.
Yes.
So,
I mean, Novari loves spending time with her family. That's honest.
but yeah, Randall probably spends a lot of time floating the various probably like bar trolleys or whatever that are on this electric train, and makes a point to stop at most of them, trying the food but also trying the various ales and trying to learn what he can from the various ales he's tasting for possible ideas for his own recipes.
Okay.
And expanding on his family whiskey business that he's working on.
Okay.
Navari's
I
probably...
mean, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Navari's probably spending time with her family and also probably sneaks out to gamble, cause... Or at least buy something, cause her flaw is still, I'm always in debt. She hasn't quite worked on that flaw yet.
Well, I mean, you
I'll think.
probably could have gotten, like, you could have, like, splurged and got a fancier car than Randall had, like, probably one of the more common shacking.
Randall's literally in the common room with like 20 other people.
I wanna...
But he's all by himself, keep in mind, because he hasn't had a bath and nobody wants to be next to him right now.
Probably most people would probably be avoiding.
Someone needs to throw a bucket of water on Randall.
Good luck. I'm gonna go all take it on you. Good luck.
Hey, I have a new idea.
You'll have to find me under my bucket of filth.
Hey, Ben, can I message you my new idea?
You absolutely can.
Oh, Randall's gonna have to keep an eye out for a bucket of water in his future. He starts sleeping with the sanctuary spell active. That's actually a good question too, Ben, while she's typing.
Okay.
I know like typically wizards, artificers, enchanters are typically the people that make magical items and artifacts. Would any magic user be able to technically imbue something with a spell or an ability?
Any magic user could learn to do that, yes.
Okay.
Artifice is like a type of arcane magic. So
Right.
like you learn to channel arcane magic into devices, into
Yeah. Okay, I was just curious because
consumables, as
one
opposed
of
to
right,
casting it as like a
right, because one of the things that I would probably look into doing at some point, based on the adventures we've had, is how to imbue my magic into specific kinds of items.
Okay.
So that it might become more useful for others. Even if it's only like a once per day kind of thing.
I can work with, absolutely we can work with that.
Because Paladin being what it is, it's like, yeah, it's a hit, it hits hard, really quick, really fast, right up at the beginning, and then basically neutralized after that.
I messaged you, Ben.
Okay.
How about them flowers?
Oh, smell pretty.
Nat 20 goes to Deviant Art. I like it.
Render the artist.
Yeah, so while you're gambling and stuff, Randall, Casper actually joins you when he sees that, like, things have died down and people have kind of left. You left your presence, but he sits down with you, and he's like, "So Randall, we haven't
what is it?
gotten to talk much. Thank you
For
for
what?
traveling with Navari and everything you've done for my family. I assume that she could have been in a lot more trouble if you hadn't been around. So for that, I greatly appreciate it."
That's a fair statement, but there's no need to thank me, friend. What I do for people that I feel like have a light in them that needs protecting. I feel like something bad's about to happen. If Casper's coming to talk to me after talk to you, I would say, friend, that getting you back with Navari was the right thing. Getting you and your family whole. My family, it's just me and me mum. I never found love like you. At least, not lasting love. Nothing that became more. And quite frankly, God, it is really hard. This is almost worse than doing Vampire Boy. Because I can just feel it. Like, it's almost like I can feel Navari behind me physically right now. Just sitting there with her bucket of water, like, just don't watch. Just don't watch. I look to him and I say,
I'm sorry, I can't keep a straight face sometimes.
It's hard, right? It's really hard. Trying to RP this, knowing this is going on behind me.
You don't know anything's going down.
My player does. Randall's oblivious, and I'm trying to play it that way, but it's really hard.
He's like, well, Randall, you I don't know a lot about how old dwarves live, but you look young.
I mean, by dwarf standards, I'm fairly young. I mean, I've got scars that would probably make a grown elf vomit, but there's a reason I don't disrobe often for that reason. I don't need to become a spectacle for those around me. And I pass him my flask and I say, "Would you like to play a game of cards?" And I start dealing out like a 5-card draw kind of game.
Yeah. 3 Dragon Ante, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And go. I mean, I kind of tried to separate myself from you and your family after everything that's happened because I figured you guys would want time together to reminisce, reconnect. I didn't actually expect you to come down here.
You have to understand, Randall. You are family.
I appreciate that. You all right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's...
Yeah?
It just smells, that's all.
I'm sorry, it's probably me. I've been meaning to hit the showers, but with one thing after another, it's been kind of hard. Don't really, obviously, spend a lot of money to get the fancy where I could possibly take a bath.
Yeah, no, we could help with that,
What do you mean?
Well, I've already splurged on quite the. Oh jeez, no! Don't just he like lunges forward as if like the train stops suddenly to keep make sure you're still looking right at him.
Yeah.
I didn't
As,
expect Ben to go
Is
that
he
far.
looking
I was just
behind
having
me?
fun.
Oh yeah.
He's like straight looking behind me, like, what's behind
He
me?
has no poker.
Randall starts to slowly turn around.
Oh, yeah.
Randall slowly
Him
starts to turn
nothing.
around. Yeah.
You totally get a bucket of water in the face.
Yeah, so it's like you twist your head, and then you see Navari and Cassandra. One of them has a bucket, the other one has like a scrub brush.
Do I get a saving throw to dodge? I mean, it's a joke, but can I try and dodge the water?
You are seated, so it's going to be difficult. But yes, I will let you have a saving throw.
I'll
to
even
dodge
say
the water.
I'll even go at disadvantage if you want.
All right.
Okay. Straight
It would
dexterity,
have been way
right?
better if I could keep a straight face.
Yeah.
I was me.
Randall really doesn't want the bath. That's a 13 with disadvantage.
Whoa!
I rolled a 17 and a 12, and I have a +1 for a saving throw.
So Randall, it's like if you were to go to an amusement park and you
Yeah.
see like the log ride coming down, and you're not quite in position to be completely in the splash zone. So
Yeah.
like you scoot, and just half of you gets hit. So like half of you is dripping wet, and there's like a line where the other side is still like perfectly
Like
dry.
there's just like grease
Yeah.
and black smudge just rolling down one side of my face.
Like,
I
dang it.
stand up. You watch Randall just like.
Almost
And then
See how it is, lass. See how it is.
Hey, I'm amazed. Casper, you actually did
Casper.
really good.
Casper looks at you and he's like, Randall, I told you, you're part of the family now.
Randall goes and immediately steps up to the edge of the train to like where the compartments switch.
Yep.
You watch him walk out, stand, and then the next thing you know is you see him like holding on to the side rails on the edge of the train.
Oh, to
as
dry
it's going to dry off. And you just like he comes back in, his hair is like this stuck. His smear marks are like this. Yep.
Sideways.
The beard is stuck off to the side. You see him come back in and he's like toting it down and he's like, it's a good thing this cart has an animal farm on it. I'll be back. And he just disappears off into the carts, into the train.
So Casper and Cassandra just, I mean, as soon as you have your moment, you stop, they just break it. They just crash laughing. like just happy to be together. Like I don't know if this was something that in your family, Navari, like small practical jokes and just
Yeah,
goofing around.
probably, definitely.
Cool. Yeah, like it was
You
just
can't
part of life.
always
So
be
like
serious.
Randall's definitely like being introduced to a group of people a little more chaotic than he probably.
Oh, I'm sure home life was something special at one point in his life before he, joined the Templar Knights and all that
Sure.
stuff. But yeah,
I'm gonna be
he's
like,
used to very rigid structure of like a militaristic structure because of his father,
Mhm.
and then this.
Well, here's the thing. Navari's, I think, but one of Navari's parents was actually like a guard, so they were probably very strict. But she also didn't like get along very well with her parents.
I was about to say it also feels like Navari also like left her parents or was
Yeah.
sent off by her parents very young.
Yeah.
And so didn't
She
have
did.
the same structure because her structure was changed to that of a spy. And
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. But I'm also going to be like, good job, Casper. I'm gonna be honest. I was there for like standing behind him for like 5 minutes. I was just waiting to see how long you could do it.
You monsters. Randall doesn't want a bath. He doesn't need a bath. Now he's gonna go roll in manure and fecal matter of horses and cows and whatever else he can find of barnyard animals.
I'm gonna have to step it
there
up.
There is a cart of
I'm sure there is
horses that are being transported.
It just
lightning rails, like there's it's efficiency passengers, but it keeps it's kind of all.
It just means I'm gonna have to step it up a notch, and I'd like to forewarn you. I still have 7 uses of my perfume of bewitching.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to smell,
I'd like to remind you, I have a horse that can make horse parties all day long.
Oh my god.
And that's infinite.
This horse at any time.
And I can
cow pies.
And I can make him poop.
Do mystic horses do that?
Yeah, actually they do, because it's a fey horse. It's a fey being.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was a spirit
or spirit. It's a spiritual being, but it's a physical animal that can be killed and then sent back to its place. Still can create dookie if I want it to, though.
I'll try and find something new.
I was about to be like, it is named Dorito.
Dorito. Ben, I also...
if I really wanted him to be a poop machine, I could have named him Chimichanga.
Ben, I have another question besides what's the price of a house?
Okay.
What's the price of getting cast for better treatment?
Or getting him a new leg, or just restored.
Oh, yeah. So...
Because I think one of my other goals besides try to learn not spend money was also split costs for treatment with Cassandra, because they're like, she probably wants to help pay for it. Find a new place to live.
Well, there's an item that we could find. There is an item we could look for. It's rare, but we could try and find it, or find somebody capable of creating that item.
For what?
The Ring of Regeneration.
True.
And that would regrow body parts. And restore him to what the factory floor model of Casper.
Yeah, so it would actually cost 1,000 gold pieces to have both of his limbs completely regenerated.
How many gold pieces?
Yeah.
1,000.
Did Cassandra want to help with that, or no?
She can try, but she didn't exactly get paid from her last job.
That's true. I don't know how much she had. What's platinum to gold again?
Conversion rate is 10, right? 10 platinum, or 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Oh, that's a high level spell.
Mm-hmm. The mark of healing, only the most practiced and basically what it comes down to is like the ones who are most attuned with their mark and most practice, halflings would have the ability to cast that. So you'd also have to find a House Tarasco enclave that has someone who could cast Regenerate.
Here's the thing. I have 751 gold pieces and 55 platinum pieces.
Oh my god.
So you have enough
You've got more
money.
than-
Now you gotta
Yeah.
find somebody.
Yeah. But I also wouldn't have money for a house after.
Well, that just means we have to create our business.
Hashtag business. Oh. Which is more important to Casper at the current moment? A house or
Oh, definitely
Fair
having a
healing.
home for you guys.
okay.
I mean,
Way, way bigger priority for him.
to be fair, if all goes well in the meet and greet, I'm sure my mother would love to have company. She maybe has a hand or two on the farm that we have, but not a whole lot of help. It's been just me and her for a good chunk of time, and then when I left and sent her money, I'm sure she hired a hand or two to help with the upkeep. But realistically, having some young, virile people to work on the farm and get a little dirt under their nails. And he looks to Cassandra. Probably it'd help out a lot.
I was gonna say, I'm not young.
Casper's not old,
No, I think I put he
but
was
he
a
would
bit...
definitely help too.
I was gonna say, I
Definitely
think...
more than capable of doing.
Yeah, true. I think I put he was in, like... Because Navarro's 37. I think I put him at late 30s, early 40s?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think I put a specific age for him, so have fun, Ben.
Okay.
So Randall kind of comes back from his sulk. He doesn't smell any worse, but he definitely doesn't look any cleaner. He looks about as dirty as he did before the bucket of water.
Okay.
But he doesn't smell any worse. And he looks to you, Navari. I thought we had trust, lass. That one took a notch.
I've been telling you need a bath.
I've taken
I told you
baths.
since that sea show. How long ago?
I don't know.
So
How long ago was Vampire? How long ago was Vampire Boy?
A long time ago. Months ago.
Months? I thought that was like a month ago.
No.
Hey, well, it's been a while. I understand. I stink a little.
Don't you want a bath before you meet your mother?
Well,
I just kind of look. You see his eyes get a little wider, and he's just like,
Cassandra's like, oh, we could give him a makeover, get him all nice and clean and presentable for when he gets to see his mom again. Oh, that'd be so wonderful. She'd be so happy to see her son all polished up and presentable.
No, lass, no. I will take care of myself, and I will make sure to procure a room of fanciful things with a bath. And make sure
I'm picturing the scene in Dumb and Dumber when they're getting all groomed to go to the party, and then they have like the angle grinder for their toes and stuff.
It's not that bad.
You can
Randall's not that bad. He's
like
bad, but he's not.
Like the nose hair, like there's this giant, like you think they're getting their heads shaved, it's just their nose hair.
Here's the
he
thing,
does the thing
Randall.
with the ketchup packet.
Here's the thing, Randall. You can purchase this, but will you use it?
Lass, one of the only reasons I don't bathe on a regular basis is I don't like doing it in front of other people.
That makes sense.
I've got a lot
do it in front of people.
I'm pretty cheap. You have no. I've cut you down on the things you've spent. I don't go. Short of going to a public bath and grossing out every single person in there. I'm pretty sure the water will turn black. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably wouldn't if you bathed more often.
Probably. But I'd like to point out that until now, it's been one thing after another for us, and we've literally had maybe a day between things. And I'm sorry, but bathing, least important on that list for me.
That's fair. That's fair. So, as you guys
It's
are
like,
talking,
yeah.
a conductor walks in, and he like looks at you guys. He says, "About another hour, we'll be at Sigil Star. Everyone, that's your stop, right? Just wanted to
I
let
looked
you
at my
know."
ticket and I'm like, oh, yeah, apparently. These things are quick.
Yeah,
I
like
did
I mean,
think
like lightning rail travel is not the fastest way you
sort of
can move,
teleportation.
but holy smokes, like I mean, it puts horseback and foot to shame, and the fact that so you guys being able to have this like option is actually really nice. Is there anything else you guys want to do on the train before you get to your final stop, Sigil Star, which will get you as close to Randall's home as you possibly can by lightning rail?
Randall's devious side is starting to percolate. I don't think I'll do anything on the train.
Okay.
I don't get angry, lass. I get even.
Yes.
If just
Wonderful.
Just let you know if you do anything, it's starting the war though.
Probably.
Even ask Casper.
he looks at you. He's like, yeah.
And if I'm always clean, the one thing you have against me goes away. It's like Randall spends 1,000 gold to be taught how to do prestidigitation, so he's always clean.
Would it be a loss or a gain, though, at that point? The question.
It'd be a loss for you and a gain for me.
No, but for me, I don't know if it'd necessarily be a loss.
Oh, I'm
You're
certain
always
there's other
clean.
things that you guys could
Yeah.
come up with and
pick at. There's some scabs there. I'm sure we can find.
I got some ideas. Got some ideas.
Oh. Well, Randall doesn't have anything in particular he wants to do on the train.
Oh, not on the train.
He starts thinking about procuring someone's room that might have a bath. And on this train necessarily. What, Ben?
Like so you want to just basically get a.
I'm gonna find a place to bathe.
Sure.
Essentially, and I will make a point to procure a place to do so for 15, 20 gold. I'm assuming.
No, it's not even that high.
Well, I imagine it's not, but if I want to maybe procure some noble person's space, if they have it.
Yeah. So it would cost you 10 to have access to one of the more secluded cars.
Yep. Because I do it on purpose, so I'll spend that, and I'll procure myself some soap.
Okay.
And give myself a proper scrub down. And it's probably the first time Randall's been properly out of all of his armor in about 3 months. All of it at once.
Yep, everything.
So
Rubber
he spends
ducky.
yeah. Rubber ducky, you're so cute.
Need to spray down the armor.
But yeah, Randall spends a good hour and a half just soaking in the hot water.
Okay.
And bathing properly.
Okay. Cool.
To clean up, so that he doesn't get another bucket bath with cold water.
I'm gonna quickly use.
We call it a circus bath.
It's a circus bath. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
I can only imagine what the two messages between you two look like for that entire conversation.
No, it was
No, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Okay.
No, but I love it. Ash, check your messages.
I missed it. I'm sorry. I looked. I'm like, oh, I have messages. Shoot, because I have to pull it up on my phone because I can't on Discord because it's sharing. You cut out.
I did.
No, Ben,
I muted myself. If you do the pop out thing.
Oh yeah.
For your screen and then select that, so that whenever you pop out Heart of the Games thing, it only has that, then you can pull up whatever you want.
Yeah, that's something I gotta do. I keep forgetting, but I'm gonna quickly use
It's okay. Yep, go. I've thought about running our game for us, or the streaming part of it, just because I have a little bit more hands-on experience with everything. So don't mind me. No worries, Nate. No one's minding you. So thank you guys for sticking with us for this whole game. For those of you in here, I hope you guys are enjoying. This has been intense. It's been an interesting session. Just flipping rubber ducky.
Oh man.
You'll have to post that in the chat then for us so we can watch that. Makes it easier than having to go back through the clips and look for them. There you go. Clip of the night. That's almost as good as what happened to Vampire Boy.
I think that to me, I think is the highlight of comedy right now. When you're just like, oh yeah, he's
gone. He left.
He's gone. Yeah. Nah, he told me he just had a thing to do.
He had something going on. It was more important. I just let him go. I figured I had other business.
You just let him leave.
I hate to see him go, but I loved watching him leave. That was my favorite one-liner in the chat that night too.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was good. Yeah, Vampire Boy was fun. That I have never. So as a DM, I have never had a player willingly play into the role of being charmed.
Oh, no way.
I've always had to placate and act as them, acting for their self, and it was so refreshing to get to treat you to that, of me playing my character in the perspective of being charmed by
no
person.
That was, I mean, that's like such a it's just like a fun thing that could happen. There's a lot that can go with that, is the key.
I'm back.
Okay.
Nice distant one.
Oh yeah, Dylan was telling me about that the other day, actually. And then it's like, wait a second, which one of you is the evil? Red X Morty. All right, so you guys, you arrive at Sigil Star, which is known as the Crossroads of Thrain. It's very centralized. It's a place where a lot of the roads go through, and it's also a lightning rail juncture. So you get off there, and you notice that everything's just bright, peaceful. Things are just, they're really happy, and there seems to be some kind of festival today, some kind of event, and you guys, you guys get off of the.
Hi, Randall.
You get off the. Yeah, you get off the lightning rail, and I don't know if that's the one that I want. Nope. Let's see. What do you guys, seeing this kind of, very large gathering, what do you guys want to do?
Wait. Navarre's just like, wait, is there a festival today? Randall, Casper.
What town are we in?
Crossroads.
You are in Sigil Star.
Sigil Star. What do I know about Sigil Star and the time of year it is?
So, that's a good question on that specifically.
If you'd like a history check, I roll.
Yeah, and you're gonna have advantage because it is in your home country.
Still better. 18.
Does that mean I can roll since this is my home country?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. It's okay, I'm not proficient in history.
So, you go ahead and roll, and then I will tell you guys what you know.
17.
Nice. Okay. So the things that this town is known as the Crossroads of Thrain. It is named after Eberron's pole star because the rest of Thrane is centered on the small city, as the skies of Eberron are centered on that star. It sits aside the lightning rail line between Arladusk and Flamekeep, and on the Orion trade road between the southern and northern parts of the nation of Thrane. Its position on the northern bank of the Thrane River allows it to access via waterway to Scion Sound as well. So this is the primary transfer point for any piece of cargo that is going to be shifting how it's being transported. One of the things that's really notable is you guys can see this as you see the flaming architecture of the city. This place was basically not affected heavily by the war in any capacity, so it doesn't have some of the destruction that other places within this country and other places have. It is also very important to know that the tea houses of Sigil Star are some of the most prominent, most famous within the entire nation.
Them tea houses, though.
You don't say,
I don't
Mr.
say.
Beauregard. I'm very fascinated by your inclination towards these tea houses.
Do we know anything about the festival that's happening?
About the festival?
It seems more like
because this seems to be a newer festival. Something very recent. This isn't something that's steeped in ancient traditions like other festivals and holidays would be.
As we walk off the train and kind of wash ourselves of this whole thing, I want to make it very apparent, because I not only cleaned myself, but I spent the better part of the last night on the train polishing and cleaning my armor. So I sparkle like you've never seen before.
Okay.
And I activate willingly. I command the word for the whole aura to float out from me, and I go up to a random pedestrian and I go, "Friend, what is it? What's going on?" Chaos.
Roll a happy
roll a
persuasion check.
What?
Roll a persuasion check.
For the non-important rolls, I'm always on top point. That's a 20. Dirty 20.
He says, "Haven't you heard? Today is Lord Commdore's Pie Festival. He is.
You just see Anfarenda's eyes go. His eyes go. Pie?
Pie!
Where?
Yes, everywhere. The greatest pie bakers of all of our surrounding area are here to have a competition. There's going to be an eating
Randall
contest.
pulls out a bag from his sack and just like you hear the jingle of gold and be like, "Point me. Where's the pie?"
Navari is just gonna like whisper to her family, "Man, I'm glad he was clean for about like an hour."
There is pies everywhere. Please, travelers, follow me. Well, just come on, enjoy the day.
I flip him a silver coin for his help and his kind words.
Thank you. I mean, yes.
A pie on us.
And you end up into the kind of like the central area of the town, and the weather is just absolutely beautiful. There's all these colored streamers and banners and different kinds of vendors and games being played, and this is just like a really wonderful day. Just absolutely beautiful. Everything that you would want for just such a joyous occasion, if you could.
Ooh,
And you
nice
come across
Sirenscape thing. Sorry.
the first market vendor you see is a woman. She looks a little older, like grandmotherly age, and she appears to have an entire like racks of jellies and jams, all like
Sarescape.
preserves.
Yeah, Sirenscape I think crashed.
Okay,
I just opened it back up and it started right back up for me.
Yeah,
okay,
I
no problem.
just,
Yeah, that happens.
there's nothing important in Discord, yeah? Because I'll have to tap out, or...
If you minimize the screen from full screen for you, it should still allow you to activate stuff on the outside and
No, I think
not hurt the stream.
Nope. Hold up, just look at the Ben collection real quick, guys. That Ben collection, it'll grow each game now. Soon it will cover the whole screen.
Except for
Maybe.
the two portraits of Wolf
Yeah,
and Max.
except for the two portraits. Those will just get smaller.
Sad face.
I have to redo the Sirenscape. I might not hear you guys for a moment. Please feel free to talk smack. I won't take offense. I deserve it. There. Unplug the headset, plug it back in, because everything's all
Ben
messed
has
up.
serious guinea pig energy.
I was gonna say, didn't you used to have two? I remember you had them during my first game. No, I think she has gems. For how long? How long does it... How long does he have to wait to take a drink after? You can't hear anyone again? No, nothing's muted on Discord. No. No. Settings on OBS? Oh, yeah. Settings, go to where? Properties. Device default. It should be headset.
Change it to headset.
How is it now?
If we talk now, guys, can you hear us?
It's popping up
Testing
on
1
OBS.
2. Yeah, so if it's popping up there, it should say, and Ben should be able to talk, and they can.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry
You guys can hear
about-
us again?
It does that on its own,
Okay.
and it's
Yes.
probably
What did
something
you
in your
guys
computer.
who are
Sorry
watching
about that,
miss?
guys.
Like, what was the last thing you guys heard?
Sorry.
They should copy your pictures. Did you hear the drink passing and the fact that Randall is about to, like, 100% pure capsaicin? Because that's what it sounds like I'm enjoying.
It is simply a very spicy jam that comes
Now.
from.
It's the hot pepper jam challenge.
As a request and as a curiosity, my
Okay,
poison
so-
resistance, after you messed with the screen, I couldn't hear anything. Okay, so that's
Okay,
all.
so you guys, so what has happened is Randall has been called out by an elderly jam, well, like a jam seller. She's like a grandmotherly type, and
My dwarven pride is
name
on
is-
the line.
her name is Selga, and she called out a
Selga.
challenge that nobody, no one could handle. Nobody can handle the fires of Thrain. That is what she calls this specific jam that comes from a hot pepper from Kubara. And so Randall has agreed. He believes that he can handle it, and so he takes a mighty spoonful of the jam.
After handing her his flask so that she
Yes.
could take a hearty swig and try to handle dwarven whiskey.
Which she does.
My question is that I have the fire-resistant bracelet. Would that give me advantage?
You mean the
I'm gonna say yes.
circlet?
I'm gonna say yes.
Sorry, the thing I turned into an armband.
Because I didn't need it.
The tiara.
The tiara that is now a bracelet / armband
It has
on
been
Randall.
reforged into a manlier piece of jewelry that is less conspicuous.
You said Constitution, correct, sir?
I did.
How is 21 feeling?
Ooh. So you feel
Oh yeah.
burning in your mouth. I mean, it is like your eyes start to water just a little bit. However, you can handle it. Like, you're like, okay, I can do this.
I'm breathing smoke. And I'm just like, not
And,
bad. Not bad. And he takes his flask back from her and he waits and he's like, oh wait. And he pulls out this like a big old pocket watch and he's like, waits for the minute and then he's
Yeah.
like,
Yep. So, she says,
oh, invigorating.
very, very good, she says. Very good indeed. Now, for your prize, you may
Oh,
choose
there's a-
one jar of any of my preserves that you wish. And I mean, there's like, you look at this thing and like, she obviously like trades and works to make all this stuff. I mean, there is,
Yeah.
you know, bright red, stuff. There's black fig, there's spiced tomato, there's bramble, there's snail jelly, there's peaches, pears,
So Ben,
tangerine, grape, strawberry, raspberry.
Randall's already got his idea.
Okay.
He stops you.
Yeah.
If Navari's nearby with her family, obviously watching this whole show, he leans into her and he kind of goes like this on her, like face cheek to cheek,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Is that the spiciest stuff you got?"
So she's like, she winks at you, like she understands, and then she like pulls up her hand, and she goes to the shelves, and she seems to dig one out that's in a glass jar, and it has like a little skull and crossbone on it, and it's like even brighter. It's almost like vibrant, and like she hands you the jar, and it feels warm, as if there's just like some other something a little extra at work here.
Randall's like, I like where your head's at," and he just immediately takes it and immediately, like, not moving from her, has her hand him the jar and just slides it into his bag of holding on the side. What is it called?
She calls it the molten lava
Jam.
preserve.
Oh, preserve.
Yes.
You know, it's funny. I actually, speaking of preserves, me and my girlfriend actually got preserves the other day. And it was because, and she's like, "Are you sure that's got seeds in it?" And I'm like, "That's because I like seeds in my jam and my preserves. That's the whole reason I get preserves. Because I got raspberry preserves, like a special jar of it, because I don't eat PB&J very often." So Randall literally sticks this stuff right in his pocket of his bag of holding. And then just keeps on. He's like, "Oh, well, lass, you probably do pretty good at this."
Yeah.
Says, would any of you like to try? And you could see
He literally walks
Cassandra's
over to
like, no
he
way.
walks over to Casper and starts pushing him forward from the hips and be like, "Come on, friend. You had so much fun yesterday. I'd love to see you do this."
So he's like, all right. And he's like kind of shaking a little bit as he takes the spoon.
Family, right? And you see Randall hold up his flask and go,
He's like, pretty good.
"Yeah."
Then like, a few more seconds go by, and all of a sudden it's just like,
Oh, yeah. And he hands him the flask.
Navari did it too.
He like pushes past you. He grabs
He hands
the
him
glass
the flask.
of water.
Navari
It just
did it
starts
too,
pouring
by the
it.
way.
Which water even makes it worse. Not as bad as alcohol.
Yeah,
but water
but
is still worse.
it's what's there.
Navari did
And he's
it.
like, so what did so you're gonna try some too, Navari?
Yeah, I rolled. I get advantage because
Okay.
tiefling fire resistance. If you let.
You would say, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Dirty
You're-
20.
Nice. So Navari
You are
is also
the Indian
like,
people of the world of fantasy realms.
The best part is I did make Navari like spicy food.
yes, that is actually Navari's flavor of choice. Things with some spice.
He immediately pushes over after doing Casper, and he grabs or tries to grab Cassandra's hand and be like, "What's wrong, lass? Everybody's doing it, even your parents. You don't want to be weaker than your mother, do?"
Ooh.
Not falling for that, Mr. Dwarf. Randall, I appreciate and respect you, but I am not a fan
Your
of
mom handled it just fine.
Yes, and she has the taste buds of a fire demon, something that I do not share.
She gets it from her
come
father.
on. Are you as weak as him?
She reluctantly grabs the spoon.
I rolled a natural 20 on the persuasion check too.
Nice. And she holds out a little longer than Casper did, but no better. And it's like they're both.
He hands her the flask. Oh, that's awesome. She takes the flask and immediately gets even worse.
I was gonna. I'll hold.
I mean, the pain would only last like 3 to 10 seconds because, quite frankly,
still,
the alcohol
like
would immediately.
The jolt that it gives your system.
Yep. That's amazing. Oh my God, that's amazing. Randall looks at her and he says, as she's sitting there going like this and she can't breathe, and goes, "It's not so funny when it's on the other foot, is it, lass?" Randall feels a little better and we're now even. He looks to Navari and goes, that was as expected. I didn't really expect you to fall to that, but I thought I'd try.
I know, that's why I did it.
And then Randall jauntily walks off from the tree and just starts looking for all eyes.
Oh, there are all sorts of stations. Most all the pie bakers have something submitted into the big contest of the day, which is who has the most delicious pie. Like, you know, who has the most, who has the most delicious pie that is going to be made. And as you're going through, I mean, like, this whole place just smells amazing. Like, you can smell, like, just dozens of flavors: apple, blackberry, blueberry, cherry, lemon, pumpkin, berry, banana, cream bean.
He's
butter
looking
pie, caramel, cheese,
specifically-
custard, chicken and mushroom, shepherd's pie, mud pie, pork pie, spinach, mincemeat, fish head, pepper pie, and just so much more. Boysenberry.
He's looking specifically, avoiding more of the berry pies and going for more of the cream and cheesy pies.
Okay.
And then the meat pies. But he also, as I said in Discord, I sent a message. I am looking to sneak my way in to become one of the judges for the contest. And I look to Navari and I go, "I'm going to need your help, lass. I need to be a judge on this. And I don't know how to make it happen, but I know you, of all people, have the skills to make this dream a true reality."
But of course.
So why don't you guys both roll
Oh, jam pie. Screw you, distant. No toe jam pie.
why don't you guys both roll perception checks, please?
The thing we suck at? Also, hey Ben, can you check your messages?
Yes.
Oh.
Yo.
Papa wants a D20 to roll a 20. Oh shit.
I forgot, I'm trying not to use roll 20, so if you see me not rolling dice, yell at me. 11.
20.
Randall set on pies.
So Randall, like, you
Natural 20, because I don't have a perception bonus.
this is the greatest time of your life to roll a natural 20.
Randall has never been happier.
You see a sign for a pie eating contest. And the winner of said pie eating contest gets to help judge the main event. And you know, like, his eyes get really big, and then you read, like, further down and you realize that it's not just any pie eating contest. It is a caramel pie eating contest. So it means you have to eat a pie that is not only, you know, a pie, but a test of your endurance, strength.
Randall immediately goes to a tent area and doffs his armor and throws it in his bag of holding, and then throws on his commoner clothes, but like his nicer commoner.
So you're gonna look good. You're gonna look good.
I'm gonna look fancier. I've got my common clothes on for the pie eating contest, I'm gonna put on the fancier common clothes, like my vestments.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm gonna don my common clothes for the contest, vestments for when I get to be the judge of the pie
Okay,
eating
that makes
contest.
sense. I like it. I like it.
You're so confident.
I got nothing to lose. And
Would
whoever
anybody
wins the
else
pie eating,
like to sign up for the pie eating contest? No.
whoever wins the pie eating contest, if it is not Randall, will find himself nursing a horrible hangover while Randall fills in for him.
Wait, your plan is if you don't win,
Oh yeah,
you're gonna get the winner completely drunk, so he can't
Yep.
walk to the stage, and then
I'm right here.
volunteer to fill in.
Oh yeah, no, Stewie, he wasn't right. Step in. I'm
keep
runner up
cutting out for
Randall.
You keep
I'm
cutting
sorry.
out for me.
Am
This
I
is an
cutting out for-
amazing plan. I absolutely love it.
You
So
should
Nate
check-
agrees.
Ben,
A
check
little
your
time-
messages again.
Okay, a little time goes by,
All right.
and you are invited up on stage, and the people look around are excited, and this delicious fresh caramel pie is brought to you and the 4 other contestants. These are they
Decadent.
don't look like they're as capable as you. All right, but these are the people that volunteered. All of them seem to be people who are sturdy, salt of the earth kind of folk.
No one's ever eaten me mum's pies and lived to tell the tale except for this boy right here.
And you're
Uh-oh.
each given a spoon in which to attempt to eat these pies with. So when
Randall's
this
like-
starts, it's going to be a series of rounds, and you're going to have to roll a strength check each round, okay?
Yep.
Go ahead.
For the first round, as Randall literally picks up the tin and starts shoveling it in via spoon. like a trough. He literally, is it a pie tin?
Yeah.
Is it an actual tin? He folds it in his hands, his meaty hand, and starts shoveling it in like a funnel.
So, like, people are like, Randall, because they see that you're like, you have some skill here. 2 of the guys, they seem to be the youngest ones, seem to bit off more than they could chew. And I mean, they get
Aw.
like some hearty depth into it, but they can't. You see the one guy literally, he's like, he just can't keep his job working. He
Which is
loves
funny
it."
because Randall's not even chewing, he's just
Yeah,
shoveling
Randall's
it and
just-
swallowing.
All right, so make another check, okay?
So the first one was, by the way, the first one was 23.
Holy God.
For a check, right? You said
I did.
check.
Yep, I did say
Okay.
check. Did you cast Bless? Did you cheat?
No,
No.
I don't have bless.
Oh, okay.
My spells for today are protection, sanctuary, command.
He
I
was
can
so
command
nervous.
them to fail.
You could.
Oh,
would you
are you
do
willing
that?
to cheat?
It depends on how we're going. For right now, no. It's only verbal.
Okay.
But for now, oh,
21. Nice. So Randall has devoured probably 3/4 of his pie. And then a third, a gentleman who's a little older, who seems to be somebody who's like, a little more seasoned in the town, probably pretty well known because everybody's like, ah. You see people who bet on him are like, ah, throwing down their money, and it's you. And this one lone woman, she has blonde hair, it's
Impressive.
braided, and she's like, she's really fit. She just like kind of looks at you, looks back at the pie, looks at you,
Randall's
looks
looking
back at the
over and
pie.
talking as he shovels this in. He's like,
All right, go
Can I
ahead,
make-
roll again, Randall.
Can I make a bet with Cassandra or someone?
Absolutely.
Or did
I'll hold my roll.
Hey Cassandra, who do you think's gonna win?
Oh, she's like her. She's got the body of a champion in the eye of. She's not cheating, Dylan. The woman is not pregnant. And her baby is not eating the pie to give her an advantage.
Um, you want to bet some money on it?
My
She
God,
says,
that's
listen, I don't
amazing.
have much, but I would put 10 silver pieces that woman beats Randall 6 ways to Sunday.
You got yourself a deal. I'll bet on Randall.
Okay. Casper just shakes his head, like, at the two of you, like, you know, because he's there with you guys, and he's, like, clapping, like, with the crowd. It's like a poof, poof, like a slow clap, like wrestling has, and it, like, builds up momentum as they're both trying to get through those last few bites, trying to see who could actually finish, who's going to make it. Randall, what did you roll, by the way? Oh my God, again? All right, Randall,
Two
one more.
17s.
I think one more is going to do it.
That one will actually hurt me a little. 13.
Randall seems like, you know, they're both chugging along, getting to the end. Randall starts slowing down. And this is like Cassandra looks over at Navarre and she's like, yeah, see, he can't handle this. He's got no
And
chance.
Randall's like, he bites between swallows and goes, "You're gonna fail."
There's literally like 2 bites left for each of them. Go
Yep.
ahead, one more, Randall.
That's a wisdom saving throw for her as I command her to fail.
Cheating.
Chat, give him your energy. Yes, if you're watching, you need to clap. Clap for Randall.
Clap if you believe.
Clap if you...
Clap if you believe in Randall. That's a 20.
And she's holding the spoon, and she just drops it. And you can see, like, she's heavily out of breath. I mean, like, this, you know, I would struggle to eat a whole pie, let alone one that was caramel.
Made of pure caramel. If it was
Then,
Werther's Originals, I could do it.
Yeah, you...
I just look at
And Lord Commodore comes up to the stage and says, oh, lad, what's your name?
Oh, Randall the Agile.
And he grabs his arm. Randall the Agile, everyone! Yeah, cheer it for him! Yeah! And he just, like, other couple of bakers come up, and they have this big blue ribbon. This thing's like 2 feet long. It is just ridiculous.
Randall
And they
wears
come
it like a hat.
And they hand it, they kind of like drape it over.
Yeah, I put it on like a hat. I twist it around so the ribbons. And I take a thin string and I tie it around my face. And I'm like, I'm now a judge on the pie cut.
I just look at Cassandra and I'm like, always bet on Randall when it comes to pastry, Cassandra.
When it comes to...
You're not wrong!
And I'm just gonna give her the 10 silver anyways.
Okay.
Even though I won.
Dylan. What's your name, kid? I ain't seen somebody in a pie like that since my fat, miserable father.
Does Cassandra say anything about losing?
She just grumbles. She's like, man, I thought for sure that there's no way he was going to beat her. Like, man, Mom, she's just...
Randall stands up. He stands up and he just like sits there and rubs his belly and then takes a long straw from his flask. And he's like, that'll digest nicely.
I bet.
Oh, good times. I am so glad that this is what we've got going on right now.
I'm mainly just watching, but I'm enjoying it.
This has been oh yes, the music.
Oh, hold
And
up, let me turn it back up.
hear these wonderful, energetic trumpets. And Lord I wrote his name down. Lord Commodore says, yes, we must have the finale. And so you hear, like, you know, from the main square, the blaring of the trumpet, and everybody is starting to congregate around this area. And coming for the final tasting. And you know, vendors are closing their shops because this is like the big moment of the day.
Randall purposely goes and looks for like a hot apple cider vendor
Ooh.
before heading to the pie contest to rate and judge these pies.
Oh, absolutely.
Specifically to melt the caramel that is now stuck and glazing his throat from that last contest. He'd like to be able to taste. He's basically palate cleansing so he can actually taste the pie. And he brings a like a wineskin almost of hot apple cider
Ew. I won't have
so that he can cleanse his palate every
Yeah.
time he eats a pie.
Okay. And so you guys get to the wonderful, the large open square. There's a simple table set up and a few chairs, and it's under a very colorful pavilion. And
Nate, you're not wrong.
the Lord Commodore, like, guides you up, and then
Randall, like he's got his best vestments on.
She's
Yeah.
the third judge.
After finding his cider, he immediately puts on his best vestments and make sure he's clean for the
Okay.
for
Yeah.
the pie rating contest, and then he just struts his stuff and he's kind of got his thumbs in his vest, like, that's right. You want to be me, people. We all know it. Randall is top cock right now. Or the
So-
cock of the walk.
You are seated at the table, and
Oh.
a couple of men. Somebody stands up, and says, "Oh, we will bring out the first pie!" And everybody starts cheering and clapping. Navari, while this is going on, I need you to make a perception check for me, please.
the things that I'm so great at.
Yes, the things that we're so great at, lass. Randall is distracted like you wouldn't believe.
In true Navari fashion, that's only a 6.
Okay. So Navari,
Phelan, if he ruins
around
this
the-
for me, I swear to God.
no, he went his own.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he has his own things. So like he actually didn't come back this far north with you guys. You guys,
Okay.
you
Hi,
went your separate
Phelan.
ways in Sharn.
I mean, he had to get his cart back in Sharn.
Yeah,
Yep, he had other
I'm sure we'll see him down the road.
probably activities that would not necessarily be approved of to do. And so the first pie brought out is this really beautiful looking cream pie, and the cream on the pie is like layered and stacked. It's almost, I mean, it's like so tall, right?
Okay.
Above this pie, and you each have like a plate in front of you and a knife and fork, and there's the crowd out there. Navari, you're up near the pretty close because you, Cassandra, Navari, I'm gonna let you roll another perception check, please.
Didn't have to resort to plan B. Alcohol. That's just a 9. My dice are like perception checks. No. What
And,
Constitution saving throws?
people are like really excited. There's like a big grand introduction being given about who baked this pie, and their background and stuff like that, and kind of where they come from. Navari, you're standing next to and you look over your shoulder, you see a group of other bakers who seem to be grumbling. They seem to be angry, as if maybe they maybe their pies weren't chosen for the contest. And then one of them jumps onto the stage and shouts, "The tyranny of pie is over!" And in his hand appears to be some kind of a scroll. And as he lets loose that last chant,
Randall's gonna
Right.
charge him.
on the table begins to grow and starts taking over the entire table. The Lord Commodore is so scared, he shoves himself back. Selga gets up in panics, rearing back, and that's where we're gonna stop today.
I was like, Randall dives into the pie and begins to munch. his way through. I hope it's not a gelatinous cube.
So that, my friends and viewers, is where we will end with
Also not wrong.
pie eating contest.
You're right, Nate, I didn't. I've already rated the first pie based on taste. I'm rolling D100 and giving a certain bonus to certain types of pies. I had a mechanic in my head already. 0 to 100.
You guys have to tune in next week to see what's going to happen with the pies. What can I tell you? You can't. You gotta. This is some quality, exciting stuff.
know,
This is important.
Here I was hoping we were gonna meet Mama Randall, but now pies.
Hey, nobody talks ill of pies.
I'm not talking ill of pies. Pies are like up here, you know?
Mama Randall's special,
Yeah,
and her pies are delicious. But pies.
So
Dude, I straight up rolled a 19, 2 17s, and a 16.
Gotta get a spicy jam pie. Are you gonna take a spicy jam pie to your mom?
So you gotta tune in next week for episode 22, pie eating contest.
Question.
Oh, not even a contest. Randall will eat the whole thing.
Or the Pied Piper.
I can't wait just to come up and knock the dude out. But
anyway, you guys, thank you all for tuning in. We really, really appreciate it. Chat, you guys were fantastic. I had a great time having that in the corner of my eye. I definitely.
It's been great.
But thank you so much. And if you guys ever want to check out the previous adventures, they're all up on you. Thank you, Dylan. They're all up on YouTube on Heart Gaming, and you can always check us out live here at Heart of the Game on Twitch every week. And hopefully I will learn how to upload it as audio only for podcasting purposes so that, people can listen to it in other ways. But I always have a great time. I hope you guys all have a great week. Stay safe, everybody, and be good to one another.